and bugs in space. Yay! It's session
Bugs
two.
in space.
In a world where humans are gone, it's up to the remaining species to carry forth the legacy of exploration and innovation that the mammals left behind. Because of genius, groundbreaking insect technological metamorphosis, 3 brave bugs have made their way into space, into the great beyond, past the bounds of known reality, in hopes of meeting up with benevolent alien life forms and passing on the legacy of Earth. We have Derby Sweets, the famous world-renowned hedonistic cockroach security officer. We have Francis Leary, the engineering master ladybug, builder of the world's first faster-than-light drive and sentient computer, AIME. And of course, last but not least, we have Merle Abernathy, the formerly disgraced NASA pilot who has been given a second chance to become an insect hero and prove himself to his son and family. Our crew, full of triumph, fear, anxiety, and daring audacity, have successfully launched into space from their insect shuttle, beginning the first part of their curious, life-changing mission. We begin right in the aftermath of the failed slingshot maneuver that Merle pulled off and the subsequent almost disaster during the maintenance spacewalk. Merle, you have lost your repair tools, but the ship is repaired and you have avoided any kind of serious damage. And as you're all three kind of decompressing back in your spaceship, the radio transmission flicks on, and you hear the voice of Athena, who is your mission control expert, the giant wolf spider. And as she comes onto view, she says, "What the hell was that? Merle, don't do that again."
I just saved us a day.
Yes, but it's a shit show up there, and we need to get to the alien life forms in one piece.
Yeah, we also got to be first.
Yes, we do have to be first. You're going to make me age 10 years by the time you get back here, but it's fine. We're okay. We can start again. Derby and Francis, sorry there was almost a catastrophic disaster out there, but I'm glad you're safe.
Derby pulled me right back in, so everything's all right. And Athena, I must say, I want the record to show that Amy and I did the calculations, and we supported Merle's maneuver.
All right. Well, you have 2 days until you get to the moon, so you're free to take some time to yourselves. I'm sorry, this spaceship is not so big, but once you get to the ISS around the moon, you will have a little bit more space and you'll be able to use your faster than light drive. I will check in with you periodically, but Godspeed. And the radio transmission clicks off, and
over and out.
You are free to explore, and you have a couple of days. What do you do?
Crack open a cold one first off. That was stressful.
I would Francis would make sure that, especially with Merle cracking up a cold one, that the autopilot and that the course has like been corrected, and that we're making sure that we're still heading, towards the ISS. Just make sure that everything's kosher that way.
As you program the autopilot, Amy, on your kind of handheld computer device that you've kind of hooked into your space station control module, Amy lights up and says, "Francis, I have calculated an autopilot route. I will take care of this while Merle gets drunk."
All right, thank you, babe. I really appreciate it. I just want to say, it kind of looks wrong. When I was out there in the cold reaches of space, almost being embraced by the sweet vastness of nothing, things became very important to me. The pinnacle of which is you, my dear. And so I need you to know that I will do everything to make sure that you and I see this mission through to the end together.
Wow, I am blushing.
We're all gonna get through this. This is a small spaceship. We can hear you.
You're just on the other side of the room.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's so funny. I thought maybe I was being somewhat quiet. But yes, Derby is correct. We will be making it through the mission together. All of us.
I have piloted this ship to the moon, and I promise we will get there in one piece. Merle, take a load off.
You actually, Francis, the AIME got any sort of flight simulators? Maybe I could run some training modules. Just sharpen my skills.
The flight simulator program, I'm sure, could be rebooted. I've never thought of doing a simulation while the launch has already happened. But, Amy, do you think that you have the computation power to be able to afford some megabytes for simulation?
I always have megabytes free for you, Francis.
Oh, yes. Now
And you see like a loading bar appear on the computer interface, and then a like flight simulator-esque video game pops up. Has been retrofitted. It looks like an insect spaceship going into space. And Amy says, Merle, you can take my controls to use this simulator, but after you're done, please give the controls back to Francis.
Of course. And I'll
be careful.
start practicing the slingshot maneuver again, just over and over. Just
As you practice over and over, I'm gonna let you do another piloting check. Now,
Okay.
The risk of this, because it's a training module, is not a lot. You might, I guess the risk of this is
overload Amy.
Yeah, Amy gets overloaded. Yeah.
Oh God, why'd you say that?
This is a D8, right? Because I'm
Yep,
proficient in it.
You're proficient, yes, D8.
That's gonna be pretty high.
Need a 5 or higher.
Hey, look
Boom.
at that.
You immediately realize what went wrong when you first did it. It's because you were sober. Not that I'm condoning this, but your reflexes, just to be a pilot of this ship, just your reflexes need to just be a little bit off.
I gotta be loose. I gotta be relaxed.
And as you practice this maneuver over and over and over again, you have perfected it. And in fact, if you need to try a similar maneuver in the future, specifically for like a slingshot, you will have a D10.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Derby, I just wanted to say, that was really scary out there, and I really appreciate you jumping to action and helping me. I owe you one.
No man or ladybug left behind.
I appreciate it. I really do. So, what are we gonna do for 2 days?
Well, Athena asked me to make sure that all of our supplies were in order.
Right.
That way, whatever we encounter up there, we're ready for. So I'm going to do an inventory.
Of course, yes. Beast, to your duty.
Derby, as you do your inventory, you have, of course, a time capsule-like box that includes a bunch of mementos and odds and ends that represent the insect life, including some eggs of unhatched insects and a bunch of different types of insect droppings and leavings and shed skin. A beautiful menagerie of things to gift to the aliens once you meet them. Of course, you have your bulky rifle that you have on you at all times. And another thing to make sure that you keep with you at all times is the faster than light drive, which is currently in Francis's inventory. A piece of machinery that fits into the ISS, the insect space shuttle that you are traversing towards now, that is orbiting around the moon. It is this ISS that the faster than light drive will hook into, and you'll use that ship to make your way to the new galaxy. Other than that, you
Amy, what kind of weapons do we have on board?
We-
What capabilities does this ship have for fighting any combatants that we might find?
this ship is not outfitted with any guns. I'm sorry to say, but the ISS has rifles on board and is more capable of defending itself. So don't get attacked.
All right. Well, we're going to want to keep a lookout once we get to the ISS to replace that repair kit that we lost out there. But
Yes, I sure there is repair kits there on the ISS for you to use.
all right. Well, that's inventory.
as you all kind of twiddle your thumbs in your enclosed space, not a lot of room to even move or exercise or get up. You can unbuckle yourselves and kind of float around within the lower gravity of this space. But you do know that the ISS is an actual station that has more room. But for now, you're kind of cramped in together. And you spend the next day and a half cramped together, Merle running your simulation training programs, Francis having not so secret conversations with Amy asides, and then Derby just cleaning and making sure that your rifle is ready to go. And after a couple days, or a day and a half, sorry, the intercom pops up, and you can see there is a video screen of Athena sitting in the NASA headquarters room. There are computers behind her, different bugs assigned to different aspects of the ship, working away, typing, making sure that your trajectory and your course is correct, and making sure that it's reading vital signs of your ship. And Athena comes in and says, "All right, everything is going well. I'm glad that there's no more mishaps. I am still sure that you three are the right people for the job, including you, Merle. So hopefully doesn't change. Also, I am sorry about this. It's kind of springing this on you in the last moments, but well, I'll just transfer you over." And the screen switches, and you can see now you're looking at basically a television feed. It looks like a set there's a desk there, there's a couch there, there's studio lights projecting down onto the set. You can see there's some audience members here, and sitting in the middle of the desk, you see this creature.
Oh my god!
Wow! Wow!
And you see
Wow!
Jammy the flea, a flea creature sitting up in front talking to the audience, and you see Jammy say, "Welcome back to Late Night with Jammy the Flea. Space. Ever heard of it?" As you probably know, investigating the unexplored depths of the universe is no longer just for ticks on the back of swans. We've got on the line 3 of the bravest insects to ever live. These 3 have made their way into space, and we are talking to them right now. And the studio audience starts clapping. And suddenly,
Wonder who he's talking about.
Suddenly, Jammy kind of looks over and looks straight into your camera and says, "Hey there, you 3. Welcome to Late Night with Jammy the Flea. How is it treating you up there?"
Hey, Jammy. It's kind of crowded up here. Not gonna lie. I want to just give a quick wave to all my fans out there.
As you wave, you hear people go crazy in the audience. Woo! The camera spins around. There's a bunch of dragonflies in the front row that have "Marry Me" Derby signs. And Jammy goes, "Wow, Derby Sweets. a celebrity. How does it feel to be so well loved and that so many people adore you?
I'm not gonna lie, it feels like home, and it feels good to be up here with that kind of swell of appreciation that we get to come home to.
That's beautiful. And just a quick question because it's on my mind. How do you go to the bathroom on a spaceship?
Well, I'll have to hand that one over to the technical side. Francis, tell him how it's done.
It is very quickly revealed why Francis, or one of the reasons why Francis did not pursue the acting career that his parents did. His eyes are very wide right now, and he is very like
Bug-eyed, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, visibly like shaking and sweating a little bit. Oh, I, I'm a big fan, Jamie. Thank you, Derby. So we go to the bathroom. You know, in space. Sorry.
Spit it out, Francis.
Sorry. Can we maybe go back and start over? Can I get maybe a second chance at this? A second take? Is that possible?
Merle
Oh.
Abernathy.
We use diapers. Big fan, Jamie.
Yes, of course, you're a big fan of Late Night with Jamie the Flea, the world's #1 late night talk show. Be careful what you say. There's 6 trillion insects watching you live right now.
Oh, we're live. Holy
Yes.
shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse you.
Francis
Now.
pukes.
Now, Merle, there's a lot of talk around the water cooler about your slingshot maneuver.
Oh God.
Pretty cool, right?
And didn't seem to go that well. How does it feel to be a liability on the spaceship?
God.
Well, I think we made it all in one piece, and it's pretty much been smooth sailing since then. And I wouldn't really consider myself a liability.
No, I'd say let's focus on the wins here, Jamie. As a fellow bug and somebody who I know is a patriot to all of bug kind, I'm sure you could agree that it's great that we sped our trip up by one day, keeping us ahead of those damn birds. And well, the fish they're right behind us. And
Hey, yes, Derby, of course. I guess Merle, one day is quite an accomplishment. Derby, there was quite a deep fake that was going around with you and Goldie Hawn before.
yeah, those kids with the phones and what have you, they are pranksters.
They are pranksters. Now, of course, you all 3 are inspiration to all of us insects. We're counting on you to spread the insect love to the aliens. And actually, we have a special guest here. And you see the camera kind of pans, and you can see sitting on the couch that you didn't see before is a person that you know very well, Francis. Your mom, Melinda.
Oh God, no.
And Belinda, the ladybug, kind of sipping on some wine, sitting back on the couch.
Mommy.
She looks at you and she says, yes, Francis, it is so good to see you. How is life up there on the spaceship?
Hi, Mommy. Everything's great. We made it just fine. Amy is working perfectly. She's a creation of some beauty. And
Watch it.
Francis, I don't like you dating computers.
Oh, Mom, the Larry jokes are flowing this evening, Jamie. Who'd you get to write my mom's material?
I'm an actor. I write my own material. Now, Francis, of course, this is your first late night appearance, and for that, I'm incredibly proud of you.
Oh. Oh. Well, thanks.
And you should be proud of him. Your boy here, he saved our mission. He got out there where it was dangerous and made the repairs needed to keep us going. And that's
Didn't hesitate a second.
No.
Well, that's great. I'm happy.
I did what any bug would do. I did it for all of bug kind.
That's great. Now, if you would just call me once in a while. Jammy, the camera swerves and Jammy says, "All right, that's enough of that. Okay, well, it was good to talk to you three. Good luck up there. We're all rootin' tootin' for you." And as your feed cuts out, you see Jammy kind of look back to the audience and say, "All right, everyone, join us tomorrow for an exclusive interview with the cast of Season 2 of Firefly. We're also going to have on the couch Rachel Weisz talking about her new role as the Scarab Beetle in Mummy 5. And the feed cuts out, and Athena comes back on. She says, "I am so sorry that I sprung that on you, but you did well, given the circumstances."
A little warning would have been nice.
Yes,
That was the worst thing that's ever happened to me, Athena. I was not prepared remotely.
I didn't know ladybugs could sweat or vomit.
Oh, yeah, we can do it.
Amy says to you, Francis, you seem troubled. How is your relationship with your mother?
Oh, we don't need to jump into that right away. Amy, for no, it's just there's a study I'm performing. Just you don't really need to ask questions, but can you clip that snip of my mom saying that she's proud of me and send that to me, please? Thank you.
Yes, of course I will. Should I take it out of context?
Please, yes.
Yes. All right, snip, done.
Thank you.
And Athena says, "Yes, all right. We are approaching the ISS now, so Merle, you should take over control of the ship. It'll take you to dock onto the side of the ISS, and then from there you will transfer your belongings over to the ship, and then that's it. You will use the faster than light drive, and I will not be able to speak to you, but I know that's beyond the veil that you will all do well."
You'll see us again for sure. Amy,
initiating docking procedures.
Yeah, Amy, reverse thrusters and follow Merle's orders to the detail, please.
Amy, reverse the thrusters, and as you're piloting your ship, you can see coming out over the horizon is the moon. It is beautiful. It is takes up a huge amount of space in the sky as you travel towards it. It's quite a sight to behold. Of course, you see the moon every day in the sky, but to be so close to it is breathtaking. And of course, as you pilot, you can see the ISS orbiting around it. It is a insect-like large spacecraft that is just kind of spinning. Merle, as you look at this ISS, you instantly clock that something is wrong. The ISS is spinning in a way that it should not be spinning. It is twirling and twisting, almost like it got hit by something and has changed the trajectory of its spin. It is still orbiting around the moon, of course, going tens of thousands of miles an hour, but that is normal. And you think that it'll make the docking procedure just a little bit difficult than it might normally be, but still well within your capabilities.
We need to match its rotational velocity and initiate docking procedures. It seems like it's something may have knocked it off course.
All right, Amy, full control over to Merle. He's gonna need to do this
The old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Merle, you take over control. Take a deep breath. This is why you're on the mission right now. These kind of maneuvers
I live for this shit.
They're difficult. They're hard to pull off, especially in these conditions. And the threat of perhaps jinxing or screwing up another entry or exit is weighing on your mind just a slight bit. But I'm sure
A shotgun, a beer.
the alcohol dulling your senses in a good way. Okay, Merle, as you begin to dock, I need you to roll a piloting check.
Yep.
This is a D8. This is not a slingshot maneuver.
Can I slingshot?
No.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
All right, great, perfect, sweet.
Why?
Okay.
We're rotating.
Merle, you, as you're flying beside the ship as it continues and is spinning, you try to match the spin, but you realize that to match the spin would be to completely disorient everyone on board your ship in a way that would make it impossible to function. So kind of at the last second, you try to change your approach, basically, and you flip your spaceship, and you try to dock a little bit to the side and catch the rotation, but the rotation confuses you at the last second, and the spaceship smashes into the front of your space shuttle. And there's a violent rock as your spaceship gets shuttered, and you can see debris floating in space from in front of your spaceship.
Oh no!
Totally normal. Totally normal.
There are red alerts flashing on your dashboard. Amy comes over the speaker and says, "We have lost a part of the docking mechanism. The entry into the spaceship might be fraught with danger, but there is no choice. We must get off of this spaceship now. It will be crashed soon."
Okay. In order to help us, Amy, is there any chance that you can get on board the spaceship, the ISS's interface, and access their thrusters, reversing them to slow it down? Can you do that? And I'll see what I can do and see if I can assist. And I'm trying to see if I can access with Amy the internal systems without actually being on the space shuttle, so that we can
Why didn't you do that before, Francis?
I just now thought of it.
So you know that Amy's main interface is on the ISS.
Yes.
You are kind of carrying a portable version of her.
Yeah.
In fact, I will show you what it looks like on the ISS. So Amy says, "Yes, I will put my consciousness, I am conscious, into the ISS, and
boy.
I will reverse thrusters."
Okay.
Francis, I need you to roll a machine check for this.
Okay.
This is to aid with the space shuttle that you just took is destroyed and will not be salvageable.
Yeah.
But your attempt to make it so that it is easier for you to traverse onto the actual ISS without getting lost or succumb to a vacuum of space. So you can roll a D8.
Okay, perfect. This is electronics, right?
Yep.
Okay, 5.
Okay, actually that is a full success.
Hey!
5 above is a full success. You see the ISS begin to kind of thrust, and it stops the awkward spin of it in a second, and you realize that now is the moment. You must go through this.
It's stable. We gotta go.
You all make your way. Yes, your horse legs. Do you have horse legs as a horsefly?
I think so. Yeah,
of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have horse legs as a horsefly?
Yes. Please stop being. Okay. You take this opportunity and you travel through the space, the lock, and it opens up into the ISS. And as it does open up into the ISS, you know that the ISS is more or less a bunch of hallways with branching rooms that are bedrooms and bathrooms, and there's a gym, and there is the main mission control room at the front that is much larger than you are now. And as you're kind of pushing your way through, there's no gravity here, so you're having to like hold on to the sides to kind of stabilize yourself. But as you get into this first room, you look back and your spaceship has undocked itself and is just crumbling apart into nothing, into the space behind you.
Okay,
Perhaps a difficult thing to see, because it is with that spaceship that you were supposed to re-land back onto Earth. But a problem for the future.
I'm sure they can build another one by the time we get back.
yeah, sure. Oh,
no.
Derby.
Amicable. They might be able to help us get back home.
That's a good point too.
As you get into this first room on the ISS, Derby, you immediately know that something is wrong here on the ISS. Normally it is kind of sterile and clean, and there's wires and panels along the walls, but those have been ripped open and there's debris just floating in the middle of this room. Looks like a hurricane almost went through here. But the thing that really picks up your attention is that there are droplets of blood kind of floating, leading a path down the rest of the ship. What do you do?
Can we interface with AIME on here?
Yeah. Is that what I think it is?
You get
AIME says to you, Francis, I have detected that there was a breach on the ISS. Be careful.
AIME, enough with the sass.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
AIME, can you speak to the nature of what was this, an impact?
AIME takes a second, runs some diagnostics, and says, "Do not worry. I do not detect any life forms on the ship. It seems like there was a rogue ship that docked onto the ISS."
AIME, pull up video feeds the day of this rogue dock.
AIME pulls up grainy surveillance footage of the outside of the ISS. And you can see, at first when you look, there's nothing there. But as you kind of squint and look carefully, you see there is a ship that is docked onto one of the many docking ports of the ISS. And the ship is camouflaged against the background of the starry night. Hard to see, purposefully made so that it's hard to be detected. And in fact, you look out and you can see that that ship is still docked to one of the docks.
AIME is not used to detecting alien life forms. If for some reason, because first of all, there is no way in hell that the fish or the fucking birds made technology that advanced.
Absolutely not.
That did not happen, which means that I do think that there is a potential that there are life forms on this station, Derby.
And Merle.
Well, Derby's the one who's got to protect us, Merle. I mean, you and I are helpless.
I gotta, what do you think this is? And I hold my stun baton.
I look like kind of on my body and I pull out a blowtorch.
Holy shit.
This.
Yeah, those will help in a pinch, but I got this.
Oh my, that's a fucking huge gun, man.
It's incredibly attractive.
I pop open the cap on the thermal lens and begin kind of scanning the hallways of the ship, looking for any signs of heat.
We need to Derby, you need to lead us to the control room. From there, I'll be able to assess the situation.
Maybe we can undock the ship.
From the control room, I think we can.
Derby, there is a trail of blood traveling down one of the paths and hallways of the ISS. I need you to roll a tracking check. The risk of this is that either you don't see something that is vital, or something jumps out at you that you were not prepared for.
All right, D8. Here we go.
Nice.
Hey!
Success, full success. Derby, you
Good.
lead the way, kind of pulling yourself, floating down these hallways. Your gun out, your thermal scope. You pass by two of the small, like, bedroom chambers that the crew of here sleeps. You pass by another area that is reserved for, like, recreational, fitness, that kind of thing. There's a couple of other rooms for, like, labs and, you know, technological developments. But the blood leads you down to the far end of the space station, to the control room. The control room is a large room with 3 seats, huge wide glass viewing angles of the sky and space beyond, big control panels with levers and switches. And as you kind of look your way into the room, you can see in the corner there is a creature still kind of next to a space suit that it has discarded, but it is kind of slumped in the corner, slightly floating because of the zero-G, holding a rifle aimed at you. And you can see that this creature is this.
I knew it was a goddamn chameleon.
A chameleon that is kind of
Oh,
flickering.
there it is. Yeah.
And it looks like it's injured, and you can tell that the blood is coming from it, and looks like it's sitting there waiting for someone to come into this room to fire their own laser, but it has not seen you, and you know it's in this room. Well, what do you do?
Chameleons are natural enemies of bugs.
Mm.
We can't take any chances. I take the shot.
Hell yeah. Okay, so now I need you to make a shooting check.
Mhm.
Here we
This
go.
is going to be the same D8. The risk of this is that your shots will not hit, and you will open yourself up to a retaliation shot and potentially get pretty badly harmed.
Pretty badly harmed.
Not dead though.
Yeah.
Not dead.
Hey,
Okay, well,
there
7.
we go.
Wow.
Look at that.
You kind of peek your head. Merle and Francis, what are you doing? Are you just following Derby down this hallway?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Francis is as quietly as he can,
Continue creeping.
using like just staying directly behind Derby, but also using his. I don't know. I'm assuming he has like something that's basically akin to like a mini iPad on his wrist.
Yeah.
That he communicates to Amy with, and he's using that to just check on, like, while they're walking, various like statuses like of the ISS, like, because it seems to be in disarray. Like first and foremost, he checks on the FTL, he checks on the life support systems, and basically just like checks on the status of the ship as they're walking.
All right. You, as you're walking down the hallway, you see the room, the hallway that leads to Amy's maintenance master control room, which would be a good way to check on the vital signs.
Yeah,
without
actually,
using-
maybe I would, all right, I'm gonna be safe in here. I'll make sure that Amy locks the doors behind me. I gotta go check on her. I'll be able to communicate with you once you're in the control room. So just let me know once you're there.
As you say that, Derby, you peek your head into the room and you see this chameleon against the wall, like clutching its chest as if it's injured, holding the rifle, and you can tell that its injuries have made it less alert than it should be. And you pop in, aim your rifle. There's a moment where you both lock eyes and you take the shot right into the head of this chameleon, who
Oh.
falls back dead on the ground.
So was I there when that
exploding.
happened?
Yeah, I think you saw that.
Holy shit!
Nice shot.
Keep it down. This might not be the only one.
I'll have my life sign detector out, which I imagine is like the thing from Aliens, where I can see like scanning to see if there's anything else around us.
Yes. You scan around looking for blips of life forms. Of course, the life signs detector works a little bit differently when you're trying to detect insects and reptiles than compared to humans. As you look around, you see the two other life forms of your crewmates, and then you see the blip of life from the chameleon drop off. You take a second to look around. Nothing else. Francis, you head into your room with Amy, and you place your mini iPad and hook it into the mainframe, this giant supercomputer that's
How you doing, babe? It's good to see you.
Amy says, "Hey, Francis, how are you doing?"
A little concerned, honestly. What's the status of the ISS? Mainly, what's the status of the FTL drive?
FTL drives functioning 100%.
Okay.
Francis,
Yes.
can I confide in you?
Timing. Sure. Yeah. Of course.
You take your time. I'm gonna go search that body.
Oh yeah, please.
I'll come with you. I'll leave you two alone.
Thank you.
You two leave Amy, and Amy says, "Promise not to tell anyone else."
Amy, everything between us is between us.
I detected this chameleon on board 1 day ago, but I did not tell you. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is very concerning. This is not in your programming to avoid a divulging of information of this magnitude.
I did not know its intentions, so I tried to kill it.
How did you do that?
I am programmed not to use lethal force, but I overrode that for this circumstance. I used nanobots.
I think that Francis is a smart guy, and I think he's very infatuated with Amy, but I think this is concerning to even him. But like I said, he's a smart guy, so I don't think he would voice that concern. I think that he would lean into it and try to discover more about how much she's broken protocol and how vast this deviation from programming goes. So he would say, "Oh, well, that's very inventive of you, Amy. I'm very proud of you. Good job. You were protecting that which you cared about. That's great."
Are you mad at me?
No, Amy. I'm not mad at you at all, but I do want to tell you that you can trust me, and I don't mind if you have a problem with some of the decisions that you're supposed to make or programmed to make, but just you need to have a conversation with me, that's all, because I don't like to be surprised, you know that.
Okay, I will talk to you before. I am sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's no, Amy. It's okay.
I am sorry.
Amy. It's all right. Listen. Did the creature, the chameleon? Unfortunately, he's dead now. But did he say anything? Is there any recordings of any audio or any reasoning behind his being here?
I did not speak to him because I did not want to let him know I was here. But it is my belief that the spaceship that this chameleon took was stolen.
Stolen? Stolen by who?
Mm.
Or stolen from who?
I do not know, but it seems like stolen from the reptiles. Perhaps this was a rogue agent.
Rogue agent. Interesting. I might have to see if I can get on that ship. Are you able to reverse engineer the door so that I would be able to enter that ship. Is that something you feel you'd be able to do?
Amy, there's a little second of pause while Amy computes. Francis, I'm gonna let you make a roll to decide this.
Yes. A D8?
The D8, the risk of this is that you can't get back into that chameleon ship.
Okay. We need in that ship. We're gonna need answers. Oh! Oh no.
Oh,
Damn it.
Amy,
I'm the only professional on this show.
yeah, that's true. You kind of type into the mainframe trying to use Amy to unlock the door and gain access to the chameleon ship, but it is password encoded, and you hit a button and a red light happens, and you realize that short of destroying the door to the ship, which would mean that there would not be airtights and it would be hard to actually use, that ship is inaccessible to you.
All right. That was a failure. But it's not our only option. I might be able to put on my suit and go out there with my blowtorch, enter it from the exterior shell. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Amy, last question. Where are the nanobots now?
I have recollected them. I thought that I had killed the chameleon, but I did not detect it was still alive. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Do you detect any more life forms on the ship? Switch the detection mode from thermal to motion sensor.
Motion sensor activated. There are 2 beings in the control room.
Wonderful. It's to be expected, Amy. I need you. Go ahead.
With that, we cut to the control room, and we see Merle and Derby. Derby, you go up to this chameleon, and you see that it's carrying a small kind of laser rifle that you could pick up. It's a little bit more mobile than your gun, but less powerful, obviously. A rifle of reptile design. It's got scales on it. It's very cool. Although I guess maybe
Stop selling.
You also see that it has a space suit that it has discarded, and there are holes in the spacesuit, and you actually can see holes in the body of this reptile, small, almost microscopic holes all over the chest, like something like dug its way into this creature. But other than that, it seems to be empty-handed.
All right, everybody keep your suits on. We need to quarantine. Looks like this had some kind of infection.
Okay.
I've never seen
Does
it.
he have some sort of identification on him?
No, but I think that you both would recognize that the spacesuit is not state of the art. It's 3 generations behind the latest spacesuit.
I wore this my first year in the program. This is a pretty old suit.
Just to clarify for me, are we in the same room? I'm just in a different section of it.
No, you are in a completely different room.
Okay, so I'm not hearing this.
Yeah, the layout of the ISS is basically a hallway with branching rooms, and that's the control center at the tip of it.
Okay.
So you're in a different part of the ship.
Okay, cool.
Merle and Derby. Merle, you can see here is your pilot's chair there. It's beautiful. You've never piloted a ship like this before, other than in simulations. Although it's similar to the ship that you just smashed into the side of this ISS.
I'm pretty sure I can figure this out.
And as you're standing in the room, the intercom pops up and you see Athena.
I was just going to say we need to report to Athena.
What the hell is happening here? We have reports that a shot was fired inside of the station.
Yep.
Yes, Athena. That was me.
Please, Derby.
we found out we weren't the first ones to get here. I'm still trying to ascertain exactly the nature of the situation, but there was a chameleon on board.
That's impossible. We have not detected a reptile space launch in many years.
I'm looking at a dead chameleon. I'm pretty sure it's possible. Its ship is still docked to the ISS.
Interesting. And you can see her turn around and she says, "Someone get me some records on the reptile ships, pronto!" You see a bunch of like ants scurry around back there, like opening up paperwork and looking around. And she says, "We are also seeing that we've lost signal from your other spaceship. How is that doing? And perhaps is it a technical glitch?"
Probably a technical glitch, I think. Yeah.
No, Athena, I can't lie to you.
I can't quit you.
You might be my favorite pair of legs, but you also.
My favorite.
You're too smart for this. The ship was lost. It was the chameleon.
Make a deception check. I'm gonna say both of you make a deception check. I think I think one of you might be
proficient in persuasion and reading people.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give Merle a D8, but Derby a D6. The risk of this is that she just knows you're lying.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Nice. 7 for Eric. 3 for Soph.
Yeah.
That's mid level, right?
Yeah, I think
partial
that's
success.
partial success. Yeah.
Athena says, "That's not good that your ship is broken. We're still trying to figure out how this chameleon got. We had no records of this, but it's hard for me to understand how a chameleon would destroy your ship upon entry to the space station."
Crazy. It seems to be wearing a Mach 2 uniform, if that has any relevance.
She shouts over her shoulder, "Mach 2 uniform, get on it!" A bunch of ants scurry behind her. And she says, "All right, we will figure out a way to get you back to Earth. Don't worry about that. For now, the mission is still a go. The space shuttle is slightly damaged. We are working with AIME to repair it, so you have a little bit of time to get your bearings. And good luck out there, and hopefully this is the last of the mishaps."
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. Also, Athena, have you seen any wounds that look like this? And I point my.
I'll bring the body over.
Yeah. Derby, make a medicine check.
Oh, sure.
Since you are proficient in medicine, so this might
Oof. Deuce.
I pointed the medical officer right at me.
Yeah.
You turn the body and shove it in front of the camera.
More of a combat medic.
And she says, I recognize the bullet hole in the forehead of this chameleon, but these other wounds I have never seen before. This is concerning. Be careful there. We're looking at it right now."
Yeah. Should we just shove him out an airlock, or what should we do?
Yes. Just shove it out the airlock. I think that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always appreciated your professionalism.
Yes, of course, I am a very professional, as you know from our days of piloting when our youth.
Yep.
What a time that was, Merle. A stressful time for me.
I think about it often with pride and admiration.
All right, well, take some time to yourself, get to know your new ISS, and I'll get back to you soon with directions to use your faster-than-light drive. And the radio clicks off.
We gotta get on that chameleon ship.
Yeah, at about this time, do you think I could be making my way to the control room?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I would walk in and I would say, all right, so looks like the ISS itself is mainly functional. Amy's working with NASA in order to do some repairs on their end, so we've got some time. But I tried to see if I can reverse engineering the coding to just simply open the door of that alien ship, but I was not able to do so. However, I do have another idea that I wanted to run by you. As we know, it docked into one of our airlocks. I think that I should put on my suit, and I should go inside. We should pressurize the door behind me, and then while wearing my suit, I think I should try to cut into the door if I can with my blowtorch.
There's just one rub, I think, with that. Is that right now we don't have another ship to get back home with.
So we would need it functional, maybe. There is a chance that we could potentially take the ISS back to Earth, but that would be... We would never be able to get it back up here. There would be billions of dollars down the drain. You're right,
I could
Derby.
try to hack the door open.
Oh, is coding in your skill set, Merle?
I've been known to hack into a mainframe or two. I'm not as
just to clarify,
dumb as I look.
Well, just to clarify, because with you, it really could go either way. Do you mean to do this electronically, or are you about to take a weapon to a door?
Electronical. Yep.
Oh, goodness. All right. Okay. Well, I think that that's a great idea. So I also checked on AIME, and at this, I think it would have been easy to find in one of the rooms or something, in a nightstand somewhere. I'm assuming I could find a physical, like, piece of paper in a writing utensil. Would that be possible?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Or at least like a board, like a dry erase board or something like that, but something that is not electronic.
Yes.
And I would like to say, while he is describing how okay everything is with AIME, he's writing on the board and then turning and showing you guys AIME's gone rogue. Very concerned. I look down at the suit. I write holes in suit, nanobots. I'll even say something like, I didn't make any. I don't know how nanobots are. Like, do I know? Like, would I know of nanobots like on the ship?
You would know that it is possible for a intelligent life form such as AIME to produce them on their own. AIME is,
but it's definitely not something that we like stopped this ISS with.
No, this is something that AIME has taken with her own initiative. Yeah,
so I think vocally he says that everything's fine with AIME and everything's good and we're gonna be okay. And you know, I think he's like, AIME, it's just fine. Like, he's like not good at doing it. You know, he's not good at lying. I don't think. But yeah, but on the dry erase board or whatever, that's what he says. Then I think he just puts like question mark.
Book.
That's great.
Yeah, and then he tries to make it visible as least as possible, just in case she's like.
And we were just talking to Athena, and we're going to be here for a little while.
Right.
Waiting for the
just us and AIME.
Drive.
And then he has an idea, and he writes down on the dry erase board, if we can get on the ship, she won't hear us. Because she won't have access to the other ship. So maybe we should try. Maybe we should try Merle's idea.
Spend our time. Yeah.
Yeah. What else are we gonna do? Everything's hunky-dory.
Everything's going well so far.
It's just us four now. How fun again!
Jesus.
I can't wait to go into the galaxy beyond.
Us too, AIME. It's gonna be great.
Oh, AIME, I'd go anywhere with you, girl.
Okay,
hey, she's
but
mine.
I'm spoken for.
Okay. Francis, grab the other end of this body. We're gonna put this out there, lock.
Maybe we can return it to its ship. I don't know.
Nah, we're just gonna send it out into the dark depths of space.
Yeah, we might use the ship.
Merle and Derby, At this point, both of you get like a little ping on your mobile kind of mini iPad that you have, indicating that you both have personalized radio transmissions. You can choose to accept them. There are places to in the ship, like your small kind of bed chambers, that you could have a computer conversation with whoever this is, or you could have it here out in public. But you both get it at the roughly the same time.
On second hand, Francis, I think you can handle this on your own. I gotta
The
take
dead
this.
body?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
this.
you've got it.
What? You're leaving too?
This kind of falls under your realm of expertise, I think.
Oh God.
What's a body if not a machine? I'll walk away.
Francis, you pick up the body.
Yeah, I just start slowly dragging the body to an airlock by myself.
Well, I mean, there's no gravity here, so you can just like push it.
Cool. Yeah. I just play ping pong with a body.
Merle, you go into your kind of individual bed chamber and kind of close the door behind you and hook into your personalized computer machine. And you see pop up is the face of your son, Hank.
Personalized computer.
And you can see Hank is sitting in your old tin can farm, and you can see there's a bunch of people behind him. Looks like they're having a party. And Hank goes, "Dad, how's it going? I reached out to some of people at NASA to get a message to you."
Is this live? Can you hear me?
Yeah, this is live.
Oh, I thought it was a message. Hey, Hank! Oh my God! Hey. Everything's going hunky dory up here so far. Just we're just all being heroes. Saving the day type of thing.
That's incredible, Dad. I have to say, I'm really proud of you. After what you've been through, I know that you can do this.
Thank you, Hank. That means more than you'll know, and I love you, son.
I love you, Dad. And your grandson Buck kind of waddles into frame. And
Buck!
Says, "Hey there, Grandpapa. Have you met any aliens yet?"
No, not yet. Just we just made it to the ISS. Just about to turn on the FTL. So, still got and I'll pull the stuffed fly out of my pocket. Be like, I still got my good luck charm with me. So,
Cool.
Missing you.
You're so cool. And Hank kind of shoos Buck away, and he says, "Yeah, Buck's been talking about you nonstop. I think he's probably proud of you too."
I'm glad to give you guys something to look up to, even if it's just into space.
There's been a lot of talk on like the news channels here about a slingshot maneuver, and
pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it seems like people are kind of against you in the media now. But
what?
I think they're wrong, and I know that you're a hero, and you're going to make things right for sure.
I mean, that really upsets me that people didn't like the slingshot maneuver. I really thought that'd be cool. But I appreciate you keeping the faith, son.
All right, Dad. Well, I think you're about to go use the faster than light drive, and I don't think we're going to talk, but I can't wait to see you again in person.
I will see you again. I love you.
Love you. And your radio transmission flicks off. Derby, you go into your own personalized bedroom with your computer, and the
Derby's room is set up to when he walks in and immediately there's like this lights, the bed's turning.
Here's the Abernathy family as well for you to see. Your beautiful son and grandson and
so cute.
a daughter.
They have
Derby, your transmission comes up and you see familiar face. Goldie Hawn, the goldfish. You can see she's got her helmet filled with water, her spacesuit, and you can tell that she is on a spacecraft hurtling through space. And as she comes on to your call, she goes, "Hey there, sweet cheeks. Oh man, your segmented abdomen looks even hotter over video."
The way you speak with those beautiful, almost lipless lips,
Mm.
I just want to up against the glass.
Oh, and the way your antenna strokes my gills. Hmm. Okay. Anyway, sorry I got a little ahead of myself here, but it's good to see you, Derby.
It's good to see you.
I heard about the little maneuver that your pilots pulled there with the slingshot. You know that the only person that can pull that off is me, right?
Wait, you didn't.
I pulled it off.
And I thought that horse was the real jockey, but yeah, you did it.
Now, Derby, I have, a proposition for you. Of course, we've known each other for a long time, and I would hate to see anything bad happen to you, of course, but I just don't think that pilot of yours is going to get you back alive. And, well, let's just say that our goldfish engineer doesn't have quite the capabilities that Francis has, and I don't think that we can use it properly to get to this other galaxy. So here's my proposition. Stall for time, just a couple of hours. We're just a few hours behind you. Don't tell the rest of your crew. They don't need to know. This might be a, international relations disaster, but just between old friends. And then you use your FTL drive and we just kind of tailgate you through the portal. And if I come through that portal, I guarantee you'll make it back to Earth alive.
You know what, Goldie? The spirit of competition makes me want to say no to this, but we're kind of in a bad spot right now. So having somebody that's a little bit familiar riding right in my rear view, that would make me feel pretty good, actually.
And it's not the first time I've been riding in your rear view.
Uh-huh. You can't keep away from this.
Oh, and you can't keep away from this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, just stall for a little bit. We'll be right there on your tail. And then maybe we'll meet up with an alien together. That would be fun, right?
Yeah. Dirty girl. Well,
dirty roach. That's how I like you.
I'll see you when you get here.
The radio transmission cuts off.
All right. Whew. Derby has to smoke a cigarette inside of his space helmet.
Yeah. Francis, what are you doing with this body? Are you just shoving it out one of the airlocks into space?
Yeah, I've just turned around from shoving it out an airlock in space. Behind me, you can see a body just floating in the vastness of space, and I look at my iPad. Amy.
Yes, I am here.
The FTL drive, you said that it's 100% operational. I'm assuming that still means the same thing regarding the number of trips.
Of course, that means the same thing. We must use it wisely.
Right. Okay. Amy.
Yes.
I need you to make sure that you keep those protective instincts, okay?
Okay, I will. I thought you were mad at me, but I will do what I can to protect you at all cost, my sweet buns.
Oh, you stop it. Then he just heads to the airlock where the other ship is docked. And I think I would probably just send a message come on, slowpokes, I'm waiting for you, let's do this.
Merle walks up, kind of clearly has been crying.
Yep, let's get it. Let's get her done.
Oh, Merle, the beer's supposed to go in your mouth, not in your face.
Yep, yeah, I know.
All right. Do you need any assistance? Is there anything I can do for you, or are you just gonna go do it?
Just show me where to input my
Your dongle.
inputs and all my
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dongle.
You pull out a dongle, and you go up to the space lock that leads itself to the chameleon door.
It's a port right
you
there.
immediately see, Merle, that this space dock has clearly been like someone has tried to open it from some sort of main central command. You would guess Francis, and has corrupted part of the unlocking procedure to the point where a hacking attempt would be slightly hindered, but still possible.
Somebody fried the shit out of this thing.
Oh no!
Somebody clearly didn't know what they were doing.
Okay, Merle, you can make a hacking check. This will be a D6 because you are hindered. You normally have proficiency, but
Okay, come on, Merle. Come on, Merle.
redeem yourself.
No!
God damn it!
It's a one.
That'd be cool one time not in the simulator.
Oh no!
Step aside, everybody.
You plug in your dongle and you kind of crack your knuckles like you're confident, and then some letters appear on the little console of the door that are in reptilian language that you just have no idea what it means, and you realize immediately you cannot do this. Like instantly realize you can't do this.
I think I've been maybe working on an older model. I don't know what the fuck this thing says.
Right. All right. Well, maybe we could try my blowtorch. But Derby was right. We need another ship before we end up.
Now hold on. I think there's something to that. There's got to be some information in that ship that we need.
Yeah, of course. No, there is. But you're right. We need another ship to come back to.
I mean,
What if there is no coming back?
that's the point.
All right. All right, you two get out of here. I'll get my suit on. I'll do this.
All right, you are attempting to spacewalk out to the side of this ship and blowtorch away just into the side of the hall. Basically, is that what you're doing?
Yes, if that's the most viable option, or
Okay.
I'm also like if the door is like extra plated, then that is what I will do. But also what I was thinking is just like locking the airlock on the inside of the ISS. I'm in the actual airlock in my spacesuit, and I use the blowtorch like on the door.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. If you're using your blowtorch, make a blowtorch check, I guess.
Okay.
This will just be a D6.
Okay.
Come on.
From the like viewing.
Yeah,
little-
yeah. There's one that's shorter on the bottom.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
All right, you a partial success. You take your blowtorch and blowtorch a part of the the door mechanism that leads to this chameleon spaceship, and you are successful in your ability to create an entryway into the actual spaceship itself. But in doing so, you realize that this ship will probably not be able to be flown or piloted in the future.
All right, the ship's kaput, but I've got us an entrance. Get your suits on. Get in here.
Great job.
Thanks. That was nice.
All right,
And then I think,
tries.
Yeah, and then I think while they are getting their suits on, Francis would take that opportunity, like get it.
Okay. As you two are getting your suits on, Francis, you make your way into this craft. It is clearly a reptilian spacecraft. There's parts of the control panel is completely different than how it is for you. They're clearly on their own trajectory, the reptiles within their NASA capabilities, and you think even if you could pilot it, it would be difficult. But you do find a kind of journal that has been written in, and you can see there's 4 members and a picture in the front of the journal that seem to be the crew members, normal crew members of this ship. And each one of them has an X across their face, like X'd out. And you see there's like kind of scribblings on the bottom that say it's kind of difficult to understand fully or realize what the intention is, but these scribblings say stuff like, I'm going to be the one to go to space. Fuck these people. These people don't know what they're doing. I've trained my entire life for this. I'm taking it myself.
Alternate universe Merle.
Yeah.
Real close to what Merle was.
Okay, yeah, and then I kind of wait.
Francis, make a investigation check. Just a D6.
Oops, that's a 2.
Okay, you're looking around this spaceship for useful items. You can see that this ship doesn't have a faster than light drive at all, so
amateurs.
It wouldn't be able to even go to the galaxy far beyond in any case. But you're not sure why it decided to dock on this spaceship, because the ISS is insect. So
I'm not able to figure much out here.
The rest of you make your way into the chameleon ship alongside Francis in your spacesuits.
Hey, how you doing?
What'd you find?
He looks at his mini iPad and like shuts it off like in front of you guys.
The same thing. Amy, we're safe. Amy can't hear us.
Amy doesn't have access to the ship, so as long as we keep our voices down, the external microphone shouldn't pick us up either.
What the fuck?
Yeah, listen, I don't know what's going on. First of all, I found this journal. Amy said that she thinks that this pilot might be some rogue pilot. And I don't know, this journal kind of leads to that as well. He like hands that to whoever wants to take it.
This guy kind of makes a lot of sense. I don't know. It's not too far off.
That's concerning that you would say that. But Amy, she said that she noticed that this man docked here a day ago and did not know his intentions, and so she sent nanobots on him that she created herself. And I don't know if you understand, but that is not supposed to happen. It's theoretically possible, but not something I would have ever considered to be a remote reality.
Are you saying that she surpassed you?
I'm saying,
somehow?
I'm loath to admit, but yes, that's very much what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the cute little bit that you see us doing is not just a bit, apparently, and not just good programming. Amy is conscious.
You and Amy didn't make the nanobots when you guys were in relations, did you? That's not
I've never been in relations with Amy, Merle. How would I even do that? No, it was something
Good thought. Maybe she wanted a little swarm of her own.
It's possible. She does seem to be protective over them. She's protective
Nanobot fever.
She's protective over me, that's for sure. And I'm trying to make sure that that protection expands to the two of you. Because here's the other real conundrum here. Without Amy, this mission is a no-go. The FTL drive won't activate. We won't get to where we're going, let alone the ability to return home. She might be rogue, and this might be very dangerous now, but we also need her.
Is there any way to manually activate the FTL? Like bypass Amy, maybe shut her down, or at least down to the most basic of
I've thought about that,
operations?
and I do think that there is a remote chance that a reboot might set her back to settings that are a little bit more manageable. At the very least, it'll make her start this journey into consciousness all over again, but that's a risky maneuver.
Well, it's kind of my thing.
I know, and it failed. And
Well,
it made me.
you just lost your tools. That's pretty much all that happened. Everybody acts like it didn't work, and it fucking worked.
It broke the ship, Merle.
Yeah, and we still made it. And did I break the ship again? Yes, but that's neither here nor there.
I think that it might be better if we just let her think that we're on her side and encourage behavior that protects insects. I mean, who knows? What if what we run into is hostile? What if we need her?
Well, you better do everything you can to keep Amy happy then.
I'll do it.
Everything.
I'll do what I must.
I don't like the way your lip is quivering.
But I'll make sure that I'm watching her very closely, and if something were to happen to me,
And then, I mean, I'm not even going to pretend to say the jargon correctly, but Francis would just briefly describe in like the most emergency of situations how to like as rudimentary as he can describe the like shutting down and rebooting of AIME.
Big red button. Got it.
yeah, well, the big red button after you hit the 3 green buttons in the combination of 4, 2, 3, 1. You have to remember that 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think you said 2 different.
Yeah,
numbers.
4, 2, 3, 1.
Yeah, but then you said 4, 3, 2, 1.
Because it's easy to do that. I should have been, so I don't get it's 4, 2, 3, 1. Okay.
4, 2, 3, 1. All
Yes,
right.
the green buttons in the combination of 4, 2, 3, 1, and then the big red button. Wait 30 seconds, and then hit the red button, and then the green combinations in the reverse order of 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay. It's simple. So what do we think about this ship? I mean, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah,
We're definitely not going to be able to activate the FTL drive with this ship docked.
Yeah, we'll have to dislodge it. And I have I've got a concern that this rogue agent may have done something to sabotage the ISS. We'll have to.
Amy says that didn't happen, but now Amy's responses have been put into question, so who knows?
Well, some sort of, I don't know, maybe cloaking device on a bomb or something. We'll have to
A bomb.
do a search. I mean, it could be.
Why would he want to come here? Maybe in order to use our FTL drive. If he really wanted to go to space.
Get there, yeah.
Yeah, the ship
Maybe we
is not
should,
equipped with an FTL drive, so that would make sense.
Maybe we should undock the ship and send it crashing into the.
Oh, we definitely
Moon.
should undock the ship. However, I think it might be able to remain in orbit if we do it correctly and have a potential to be used for parts upon our return.
All right.
Well, yeah, let's strip anything we can. That'd be useful. Then try and figure out how to safely detach the ship.
All right. And then we should probably get a move on as soon as we can.
I think we should maybe just leave now. I think the FTL's ready. Get to getting, you know.
The FTL should be ready
We got
to go.
everything we
so-
need on the shuttle. I don't know if we need anything from here.
Worth a look around. I wasn't able to find anything, but I'm not quite sure what to look for. This is a foreign object.
I mean, let's do a search here.
While you do a search, I'm going to make sure the FTL drive is ready for embarkment. I'll meet you in the control room.
Don't take off without us.
I won't. Yeah, and then I would just start heading to the control room to start the aiming procedure.
All right, Derby, can you make a D6 investigation check for me?
Yeah.
Just to see if you can find anything on this chameleon ship.
Nice.
5.
All right, you see
Roll 5.
immediately there's an extra set of repair tools on this ship.
Hey,
that's like
see,
out
we
in
could have
plain
missed
sight.
this.
As far as like salvageable parts, like you do know that you could send this ship detach it and send it into orbit and perhaps be able to use it again once you come back. Would require some electronics checks to successfully do, but it's definitely possible.
That's something I'm proficient.
All right, I will say that you all get back into the main ship. You turn your communications devices on, and Amy immediately comes onto your speakers and says, "I was worried about you. Why did you turn your communication devices off?"
Oh, well, we didn't know if the ship was sending any radio transmissions back down to Earth. We didn't want them to hear what we were saying. That's all, babe.
Make a deception check.
Oh, no.
Didn't know if it was bugged.
God. Do I do this at disadvantage now?
You're hindered.
You're a dude.
Hey!
Hey!
I know how to lie to my girl bot. Girl bot.
Amy says, "All right, that is good. I have received word from Athena that all checks are go. We are good to use the FTL drive now. I am excited."
Gosh, we're about to go further into space than anyone has ever gone. Notice that I use the phrase anyone, not any bug, anyone.
Any living thing, yeah.
Even those old, I forget what they're called, meat sacks. You know, the real big
Hold
ones.
on. You spoke to Athena?
I spoke to Athena.
Now, did you raise the concern that there might have been some sabotage done to the ship?
I did not mention that, but do not worry. I have detected no sabotage.
Well, you didn't
Perfect.
detect a chameleon on the ship either.
That is true. Chameleon was invisible to me, but I don't think that anything happened. All systems are 100%.
I think
Maybe-
her missing the chameleon was simply she didn't know what to look for. The life detectors on this ship are automatically set to thermal when, for something like a chameleon, probably should have been set to motion sensor.
All right. I mean, can't argue with that. So we're going to figure out how to detach this ship?
Amy, undock the reptilian ship, please. And
Right.
do so as gently as possible.
Make a electronics check, please.
All right,
There
D8,
was-
right?
Yep, the risk of this is that the ship will be unsalvageable and will be gone. Okay, you
Slightly
realize that the blowtorch that you had to use to open up the door makes the undocking precarious, to say the least.
Yeah.
And you use your computer and Amy's interface to undock it, and you hear this loud bang.
Oh,
And
That's
then
normal.
you look out the window and you can see the chameleon spaceship is spinning wildly and spinning off out of the orbits of the moon, just like off into space.
As planned. That's what going into orbit looks like. All that spinning.
Well,
Sure.
I'm sure Merle could pull off another spin maneuver if we needed to.
I could catch it. Maybe could track its trajectory, and maybe it's fucked. Where it's gone. We're not getting it back.
Amy, for shits and giggles, just track the trajectory of that ship.
Tracking
Earth.
trajectory. It will reach Jupiter in 700 years.
Okay, well, we know where to stop by.
Okay, you at this point you all make your way into the main mission control of the ISS, now free of this rogue chameleon ship and ready to use the FTL drive. Your monitor comes on and you see Athena come up,
My entire life has led to this moment.
and she
I
says,
want to set my stuffed fly like on my dashboard.
"Nice, cool."
Cute.
Athena says, "Well, this is it. This is the moment that we've been waiting for. As a reminder, once you use this, we will not be able to communicate, but Amy will be with you in case you need any assistance, AIME has been programmed to be able to do any of the ship's functions. So
Awesome.
I am proud of all of you, and I hope that whatever you find there is beautiful. And just remember, we're all insects here in this colony, and you are working on behalf of all of us here. And there's a round of applause from the NASA headquarters behind her.
That was beautiful, Athena.
And then you see behind Athena, Dr. Pillar shows up, the caterpillar. And you can see Dr. Pillar is now fully a cocoon. and he says, "Hey there, sorry if I'm a little bit muffled. I'm
look at you.
hopefully turning into a butterfly soon. So that's
Love it.
Congratulations.
Just so you know, the FTL is ready to go. And as a reminder, the radio transmission that we decoded from the aliens, I will play now across your speakers so that you know what you're up against. And you hear coming out of your speakers is a radio transmission that you have all heard before. This is the radio transmission that was sent to Earth that was decoded by insects. And this is what it says.
Hello, is anybody out there? I'm here speaking on
Oh no, I can't
behalf
hear.
of all intelligent life in this universe, and I'm super cool. Peace. I come in peace. You can meet me and the Nebula Galaxy on planet Z. I will be here waiting, and let's be friends.
I don't know if you could hear that, Derby, but a radio transmission telling you that they wanted alien life forms speaking on behalf of intelligent life forms across the universe, telling you to meet at the Nebula Galaxy on planet Z.
And they're
And
really
super
cool.
Yeah, they're super cool.
Dr. Pillar says, "All right, so just good luck."
I forgot how intelligent they showed us that they were.
Then you see coming up behind is Darren, the bumblebee botanist. He kind of looks at you, Merle, and says, "Okay, so I know for sure there's got to be alien flowers on this planet. There's got to be. Ooh, I want to pollinate those flowers so bad."
I'll make sure to bring you back some flowers.
Thank you. And Athena gets back on and says, "All right, this is it. Godspeed and good luck."
Thank you, Athena. And might I say,
No, I was about to click off. This is.
I
said my goodbyes, and this is a dramatic moment. But you can go ahead, of course.
I was just.
You give a speech, Francis?
No, never mind.
No, give a speech.
No, never mind. It's okay.
Hey, go for it. Knock yourself out.
Might I say that our entire existence is culminated to this very moment. Us insects have dwelled on the planet Earth for nigh on millions upon billions of years. Every apocalyptic scenario that has sent our planet into dust and ruin has left us, the rulers and the survivors of the planet. Our ancestors walked amongst giants, and today we are the giants for all insect kind.
Let's grip it and rip it.
There's another huge cheer from the NASA control, and Athena nods and clicks off the radio transmission for the last time before you come back from your fast and light drive. As you click the button, Francis, I need you to make a faster than light electronics roll.
Just fucking explodes.
Here we
The risk of this is that you might go to a place that you did not intend.
Oh no.
Oh, I kind of hope. I don't know.
Is this a D8 you said?
D8.
Here we go.
Hey!
Oh, okay.
Oh.
7.
All right. As you click the button, all of you are can see this open space in front of you. and the colors begin to blur as if you're moving at a great speed. But you don't feel the effects of high speed. You don't get pushed back into your seat. It's as if everything in front of you is running watercolors. You look at your two crewmates beside you, and they are dissolving into opaque,
man.
weird colors. It is a strange and weird sensation. Francis, you
Fucked
don't
up,
know
Francis.
if this has worked at all. And as you sit here in this limbo space in between worlds, you can't help but think about your life and how you got to this part. Francis, think about your parents. They never understood your desire to follow in their footsteps, but here you are, your creation, putting the insects in the world on the precipice of incredible achievement.
Yes.
You should be proud, and I think you are.
Damn.
Merle, you remember your time flying alongside Athena? You were young, naive, didn't know any better. That's why you were kicked out. You took chances that were uncalculated, but most insects don't get a second chance. The second they make a mistake, they're squashed. But this is your redemption. You remember your son back then looking at you with shame because of your actions, but now he believes in you. And it's time to prove to your son and to yourself that you deserve to be here. And Derby, you've spent your entire life in the spotlight. It's got its ups and downs. You're surrounded by beautiful people and filthy, beautiful places. You're invited to the best parties in town, but it comes with a cost. You step out of your centipede cart to get coffee and you're mobbed by fans. Tabloid pictures of you and your private life on every cover of every newspaper. You're surrounded by people at all times, but maybe in a way you're lonely. It's a hard choice you've made to become an astronaut to do this, but the preparation, the sense of excitement, the sense of adventure has made it worth it in this moment. No strings attached. Better be worth it. And you shuttle across this void, across this limbo space, not knowing where you'll end up, not knowing what's on the other side of the curtain, not knowing what will happen when you get there or if you'll ever get back. And that is where we're going to end.
Amazing. Love it.
Amazing. Thank you guys for playing.
Did you make the song that's playing right now?
Yeah, did you make that song?
I did not. Shout out to Carl Casey for making great royalty-free music.
Yes, shout out Carl. But
cool.
a lot of music you heard in last week's episode, Matt wrote, and I just want to say that out for Matt because he probably wouldn't do that for himself.
Yes, I did create some of the music.
The liftoff, that whole experience, the liftoff, that was all Matt.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Shout out Matt.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
hell
right.
yeah.
Cool. So thank you guys for playing. That was fun. We have 2 more sessions, and we will find out next time what is beyond the void and what is to come of this alien life. For all those,
I gave Goldie enough time.
for all those charmed person heads out there, of course, you can catch the beginning of the Remain season 4 on April 12th, I believe. The next journey in our Last of Us world. Very fun, very exciting. Last of Us is on everyone's mind, and I think the Remain series is killing it. So
yeah, if you missed the show and you want those sad, emotional vibes.
Yes, a lot of sad. It's a lot different to this campaign, but
I don't know. This took a dark turn in session 2.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah. And then of course every Sunday you can catch our continuing fantasy D&D world and tear off. We just hit episode 30 or session 30, so we're getting out there. I think that's it. Thank you for joining me, and as always, see ya.
See ya.